even when, young boys have sex early and they have a lot of girls and they like it, most just go and just try to juggle as many girls as they can. They try to have sex with as many women as they could possibly can. But you went a different route. At one point, women became a financial source. So at what point did it go from just having sex with girls, like you were just saying, to, okay, this has to be a financial transaction?
Okay, it's one of these things. First, what I was exposed to, and my sister told me, we used to go to school together, and she told me, she said, look, ooh, these girls just be liking you and talking about you. Now, this is my sister telling me this about other girls. So look, I had 2 girls. I'm in the hallway. I'm 10 years old. I'm kissing them both to try to analyze who kissed the best.
Okay.
My sister, my older sister, which is past, named Ann, came out the door and seen us and told them girls to get out of there and smacked me upside the head and told me to get in the house. But it was this effect that let me know that I could do this.
Okay.
And so what triggered the asking for money and the pimping was poverty.
Okay. Explain.
Wanting to have money. Like you said earlier, coming up in the family 8, father died, mother on welfare. How you gonna make it? I mean, we have choices there. Very few of us become movie stars and singers. Then you have to juggle the other percentage of it, whether you want to become a dope dealer, a murderer, a car thief, or a pimp. I chose the pimp life because I didn't like the violence of the game. That wasn't me. Like I tell a lot of people that got involved in drugs that was friends of mine, that ain't you. If you ain't gonna kill, don't get into that. If you ain't gonna be the first one to shoot, don't get into that, because there's no softness in that life. So I decided, hey, the pimp on girls, you know why? Because if it had to be somebody to go to jail, I was gonna let them go.
Okay, well, I mean, you mentioned a bunch of different professions, but all of those are illegal. I mean, there's also all the legal professions out there that's open to lower income people.
Well, I'm trying to express to you and those that are watching that it's not that many percentage down in the ghetto. It's not that many opportunities.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's how many you see doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs of blacks running around.
Well,
Come on, I'm giving you the percentage of what we have to go for.
Yeah.
What our opportunities are. Yeah, you said, yeah, you can go to school. Then the schools are being shut down. All the different programs that used to teach us trades, they didn't shut down. Most of the time in summer, you used to have summer program where they would pay people, young people, to go to that program to learn that job skill and pay them at the same time. All them programs are shut down. So people are really have to fend for themselves. Parents are not able to provide for their kids, especially with the economy today and the cost of living. You know what a pair of Jordan costs, and your kid don't want nothing else? He feel like this is his whole education, to walk into the school with a pair of Jordan, or I'm dropping out? Who?
Well, I remember in Pimps Up, Hoes Down, you said that you tried doing a regular job, but it just wasn't you.
Well, I was in the Army.
In the Army?
Yeah. When I got out the Army, my big brothers, they wanted to try to make it happen, you know what I mean? Even before I went in the Army, I'm lazy, I'm a player, I got 13 girlfriends, the whole thing. I'm the king of the dance floor, all of this going on. Before I got drafted, I was drafted. I didn't volunteer.
You were drafted for Vietnam?
Yeah, that was the Vietnam era.
Okay.
So when I got out the Army, my brothers tried to hook me up, you know, but I wasn't that kind of type. They got me a job at some steel mill. All I had to do was put some kind of iron up on something every 30 minutes and let it go through. I'm smoking weed, man. I'm asleep somewhere. I got girls coming under the fence turning dates with the guys that work. I'm on the graveyard shift now.
Okay.
I got girls coming under the fence turning dates. I'm asleep. Hey, they get behind. Hey, we need certain. Fired. Then they give me a job at Swin where you make bicycles and different parts. I'm the guy that's supposed to bring this part called a spark or something that the chains go on. Man, I'm up in a bin sleep because I smoke weed. Knocked out, where he at? Everybody behind. Couldn't make it happen. I never had a chance to work on a job for a year. I wanted to, you know why? Because it looked good getting that check and that extra check.
Yeah.
I never was able to get that. You know, in the days, them checks looked good. My brothers and sisters, they work a year. You get that check, you know, 2 weeks off. That was big to me, man, to have that money, you know. But it never worked for me. And I was so young where I used to get my brother's ID and go work a job, and I worked the 2 weeks. The week you get that check and hold back, we can then go back to school.
Okay.
I mean, that's how survival was in the days, man.
Okay. So, how old were you when you got drafted into the Army?
18.
Aha.
I
So,
cried, man.
were you pimping before 18?
No, I was just at the border. I was
Just at the border.
I was a super player.
Super player.
I was a super player, man. I had 13 girlfriends, you know what I mean? I was the guy that's danced with at the club, you know what I mean? I had girls taking me to breakfast after the club and things like that. And I had met the chick that was gonna really turn my life around soon as I got drafted. We had just met, and all of a sudden I'm drafted, I'm gone.
And you're gone for how many years?
No, now hold up. Now I'm a player now. I go into the Army. I'm still got this instinct.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't told my mother I can't do this. I want to get out of this. I did the first 2 months of basic training, like 8 weeks of basic training. I passed basic training, then we went on leave. I stayed gone.
Never came back.
I'm AWOL now. The captain called. I'm married now. Called my wife and tell, would you tell your husband to come back to the Army? I went on back and everything. They didn't do nothing to me and all of that, get right back informed and everything. But see, I'm a player, this in me. When we all at the bowling alley, I got weed I didn't got from a guy, me and the sergeant smoking. It was just that kind of thing. That's how my life always been. Guys on the Army post was getting letters from their girls, dear John. They asked me to write the letter. I put something slick in there. Now the chick come and visit and writing them letters. I mean, that's how it always was for me, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was discharged, and like I said, my brothers then were trying to get me jobs. It just wasn't happening for me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I always thought it was something bigger and better for me, especially after knowing that my daddy had all of these things. I knew I had to have something coming, but I didn't know what the destiny was.